Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing Twizzies and SkrrSkrrs.
What is the difference between a Twizzy and a SkrrSkrr?
Alright, so a difference between a Twizzy and a SkrrSkrr, right? It's whether like a Twizzy comes from the suburbs and a SkrrSkrr comes from the ghetto, but it's trying to act like a hood nigga from America. That's the main difference.
Shit.
One is delusional, one is actually living the life. One is broke, the other one isn't. Yeah, but one has like, you know, listen to like opium and shit. The other one has like a fake American accent. For sake.
Hey, I love your swag, bro. You're swagging too hard.
So if you're not South African, you might not know what any of those words mean. So basically what both of those words means, those are fashion trends or fashion eras that were very popular amongst teenage boys and men in their early 20s, and they took place in very different eras of street fashion in South Africa. Both of them are heavily linked to American rap culture. They are both extremely expressive, and they are both 2K fashion trends. So no 1K fashion trends are being discussed today. These are purely 2000s babies and above that we are talking about today, or trends that happened within the 2000s and above. And one thing that is a through line between all of these fashion trends, well, both of these fashion trends, they were both heavily influenced or popularized through technology. So through things like makes it very much normalized, like fashion photography amongst young people, and later on Instagram normalized posting fashion photography, more so with Twizzies and specifically TikTok. So I would say like SkrrSkrrs are more linked to Mixit and Instagram, and Twizzies are mostly very popular on TikTok. That's where they kind of grew their community or fashion trend. So we are first going to start with SkrrSkrrs. This is actually very difficult to research because of the fact that this happened in the 2010s era, mostly with Gen Z and millennials, like the Western idea of late millennials and early Gen Z. There was a bit of an overlap because I remember, you know, people my age dressing like SkrrSkrrs when I was in high school. So because of that, it was very difficult to find a lot of pictures of this, and it was just difficult to research in general. But like I remember them, like I remember they were there, but I guess they just haven't been archived in the same way that Twizzies have. So a lot of the inspirational figures that come from this fashion trend are mostly Lil Wayne and Migos. A$AP Rocky in the 2012s, I also have been told, has been a very inspirational figure within this trend, but he's pretty much known as like a bit of a fashionista. He's always been very into fashion, so I had to kind of segment him off and say 2012 specifically because he evolves a lot in his fashion sense. And a lot of like the swag, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but like swag era of dressing, like if you know that picture of Zendaya wearing that atrocious outfit, it was that era, you know, Instagram filters were in full effect. It was that era of dressing up. And a lot of the staples that SkrrSkrrs would wear were skinny jeans, specifically ripped skinny jeans. They were very in trend at that time. The truck fit hats that you're not allowed to take the sticker off of. YMCMB caps, those were also very popular, more so in the US, but like I think those caps and truck fit caps kind of like filled the same space. And a lot of the brands that were very popular at the time was Cash Time, Petrol or Milk, and Dirty Lolly. I actually had a Dirty Lolly jacket that I was gifted by my cousin, but it didn't really fit me, so my little sister has it now. And one thing that was also very popular was the Cuban link chains, obviously not the real one, but Cuban link chains were very popular back then. Like obviously looking back at Black American rap culture, chains have always been a very big thing, so they kind of emulated that a little bit. Now, looking at La Twizzies.
Please cancel the La Twizzies. I bought a BB built in Tembisa. She's stretching her legs just like Dr. Malinga. In Harare, we have a lot of cable.
The time period that they kind of popped off was 2020. If you remember the whole incident about like the Twizzies just going into the malls and like running amok and stuff like that, that's when people like the zeitgeist was very aware of the Twizzies and who they were, and they kind of distinguished themselves as like a separate youth culture. And it's also very popular between mid to late Gen Zs. I don't think Gen Alpha, now that you're young. It's a very Gen Z, heavy trend. And the inspirational figures that they have, a lot of them come from the Opium label, specifically Playboy Cardi, Ken Carson, and Destroy Lonely. And they draw heavily from the Opium aesthetic. If you don't know the Opium aesthetic, it's very futuristic in a sense, very big heavy chains, baggy pants. Actually, let me go into that now.
What is the Opium aesthetic? The aesthetic originates from Playboy Cardi's label of the same name. This style kicked off in 2020 with Cardi's album Whole Lot of Red and has been gaining popularity ever since. Here's how you can dress in the Opium aesthetic. Number 1, stick to black, but mix up the textures of the outfit like fur, leather, or puffers. Number 2, exaggerated silhouettes, mostly wide fit, but also skinny. Number 3, go all in on the silver jewelry. Think gothic inspired jewelry, particularly like chrome hearts. Number 4, look for inspo in these brands like Balenciaga, Vetements, and Rick Owen.
The fashion staples that they have are spider beanies, if you've seen them, the spider beanies, very baggy pants, like skinny jeans are completely out now, which I'm glad for. I fucking hated skinny jeans. Pant chains, like the chains that link onto your jeans directly. Wearing full black, there's a lot of black, which is obviously very popular within the Opium aesthetic, and skeleton gloves. But yeah, that's, just like a quick rundown of the fashion trends that I felt like somebody had to say something about. La Twizzies is a lot easier to research, but I feel like the SkrrSkrrs are such an important fashion staple within South African fashion, South African street fashion specifically, that I had to dedicate a very big portion of my video to talking about them. Everybody remembers them, but there doesn't seem to be any documentation about them, which is actually kind of sad because they were known to take a lot of pictures. But yeah,